why not actually just use it to supplement your skills, unless you're going to go out 7 days a week for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it does help. So I was like, dude, if I'm going to be a coach, I better learn how to do this shit.
Yeah.
So I got enough good game to where I didn't need texting fundamentals, but definitely fucking helps, especially on dating apps. So here, box theory. So box theory is this really weird concept that I came up with.
Okay.
Off of doing this. So here's, I appreciate you. All right, so here's what it is. So step number 1, okay, box theory, this is how it works. It's like, so when you go out about your everyday life, so let's say a salesman approaches you, are you in your head like thinking that this is a unique individual? You're like, oh, this is the same salesman like that I've talked to like hundreds of times previous. You're putting him in the same category as the other ones, like not another salesman. Yeah. You're not like, oh, look, it's Jim. Yeah. You know, it's Jim Farty or something like that. I don't know what the fuck his name is. So let's go with that one name for right now.
So when you're saying every other fucker, it's like the person that says, hey, what's up?
Well, when you see a hot girl walking by, are you like, oh, this is a unique individual? You're like, oh, that's another hot blonde girl. This is that type. It's the same thing with girls. Okay, so girls want to put you in a box. So what you want to do is you want to avoid a box that's going to make you seem unattractive. So you want to focus on a box that's going to make you seem attractive. And also number 2, you want to avoid boxes that are bad. So like when you approach a girl, like, hey, I saw you from over there and I wanted to walk over here. What's your name? The reason it's bad is because every fucking loser says that nowadays. Every pickup guy says that, and most pickup guys suck at this shit. So you don't want to do that. Instead, what you want to do is you want to come across with an opener that's different. Hey, I like your face. So it's a little different. It's like your face, it's something nobody ever says, and I'm also saying it in a different way. I'm not like, hey, I saw you from over there, and I came over here, I had to say hi. What's your name? Jumping in front of her, stopping from what she's doing. I'm not showing them like socially autistic. I come up like that. So in the same way, you want to actually text that way. So anytime you can text, you got to think, how do other guys text, and do the opposite usually. So for example, you ask a girl on a date, okay? You're like, hey, do you want to meet up on a date? Or like, hey, what are you doing Friday or Saturday? And then the girl's like, I don't know, I'm free. You're like,
you're
oh,
messing up the magic, guys.
How dare you? So you're like, so you're like this. So you say to the girl, you're like, are you free Friday or Saturday? Then basically the girl's like, no, I'm totally free. Yeah. And then like, what do you have in mind? Oh, nothing. I'm just hanging out with friends. Well, like blah, blah, blah. And you go off on another conversation topic. What the girl will do oftentimes is actually come back and ask you out on the date now. Now the girl's chasing you. Because what happened is she's used to guys chasing her after saying that. Because what's the usual, like, what's the ABC? When are you free? I'm free now. Okay, let's hang out, do this. No, you cut it loose. Box theory. Fuck that shit up.
So this is during text, not the approach?
This is text. Okay. Yeah, but during the approach too. Box theory is actually really, you want to either copy like a box of a guy that she finds attractive. Mm-hmm. So what do? You wear bling because it shows that you're a little more attractive. I actually do tattoos because I know that's like more bad boys and I'm kind of a nice guy. I also will dress in a way that I know that guys that are attracted to girls dress, because I want to put myself in that box so the girls instantly like, oh, this is that guy. Also, I don't...
Old school tribe thing.
Exactly. Right. Like guys that don't believe in themselves, what they'll do is they'll dress in clothes that are baggy on them because they don't believe in their bodies, and also they don't feel confident enough to dress in clothes that fit them well. So they sub-communicate to everybody else what their value is to the world. So in the same way, you want to avoid those boxes that say those things that say you're low self-esteem and you don't believe in yourself, and take on the ones that say you believe in yourself and also say that you're very likely one of those cool guys because you dress in a way that says that. In a cocky way, not over the top, not like eccentric. Like you're not gonna do mystery method type shit. Don't dress with a boa and like a big top hat, but close enough.
By the way, are you okay with being in a YouTube video, or should I keep on him?
Oh no, I'm totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah, well he's gorgeous. Like he'll raise the algorithm. Yes,
female followers will be like, hey, what's that dude's name?
And it was like, oh my god, all the guys on his boot camps are just attractive as all hell. Like,
yes, you can pick the video that I'm gonna star in.
This is my coach. I'm really throwing you the bus now.
No, honestly, I was in a Tyler video a long time ago with.
Were you?
Yeah.
Which one?
It was 2017 November one. That's when we shot it. He was talking about, I was the modern market guy. I screamed, modern market, I want to work at modern market, motherfucker.
Can you show me that one?
No,
well, not
he took
now,
it
but
down.
Bastard.
Fuck.
He took down everything. He took down all his best videos.
The guy that recorded you has it.
Oh.
Yeah, he has it. So next time, I'll get it from him, and I'll send it to you.
Well, he's gonna come out tonight, right?
No, he went back.
Oh,
now I don't have the crew. It's
call
just
him a bitch. Say Denton said he's a bitch.
Oh, he's celebrating Easter with his family.
Yeah, what a loser. Oh my god, he actually celebrates holidays instead of working. What a lazy guy.
So what are some examples of box text?
So for example, actually I got some examples right here. I got this stuff prepared.
Why'd you do an evil laugh?
I'm embodying my inner little jewels. Let's see. Okay, so for example, whenever you're like talking to a girl, you gotta think how the guy's gonna put himself in his head. So for example, let's say like you feel like a need to almost qualify or chase, you actually want to do the opposite. Instead, you want to like even, or you want to message the girl back. Don't message her back at all. So like you're like, okay, in a general situation, a guy would message back immediately to this. Instead, I'm gonna wait it out 2 days to message her back. Or maybe you're like, okay, I really want to hang out with this girl, but I feel a little bit needy for this. I'm actually gonna flake her, because what guy ever flakes a girl? And now the girl actually will flake. Now the girl will actually chase you harder for the next date. I do this all the time, and actually like will make the girl even more. So if I sense the girl's about to flake, I'll actually flake her first, and then she'll chase me down for the next date. I do this all the time.
So with the flaking, do you mean like you just ignore the message or just reschedule?
Well, sometimes. Well, that's two different things. So like I'm honestly going across the chart here. So
no, I mean I'm asking just because of like when to do it.
Huh? Oh.
I'm asking like when to, like, you know, a lot of game is in context and calibration, right? So like the timing, right? So like the flaking. Are you saying like you're not? For me, whenever I get a flake, it's usually the girl doesn't respond to my message, or like when the girl, or when I'm there, she said she'll be there and she doesn't show up. That's happened to me a lot too.
Well,
so, like,
there's some things you could do to like kind of. Yeah, so I'll put it like this. There's like, it's really hard. So I've been doing this for a long time. I've been approaching girls for a decade. I've only been coaching for 6, but I've been approaching for a decade. So I'm really good at picking up when a girl's, I see the patterns and I sense it in a way. So, you know, like there's a book called The Tipping Point, and they talk about how firefighters can almost feel like when the building's about to collapse, something like that, and they all run out because they can sense it, because they're like, oh no, this is that situation when the building's about to collapse. That's that sound that the buildings always make before they collapse. So they run out. The only way you know that is by going through experience. I really don't know what it is, but I can sense when the girl's gonna do shit, and I know what she's gonna do before she does it, and then I preemptively just prepare for it. So in the same way, do you get that on camera? Yes! Okay. Okay. We'll blur out your face for that one scene. Checking.
Don't blur out my face. It's beautiful.
It's because it's so ugly.
It's too beautiful.
Okay, now here's the mindset you actually want to take on when you're texting girls. You're the prize, not the seller. So in every situation, you always want to reframe that everything the girl's doing is actually her chasing you. So it's like she's asking you like, what do you do for work? And you're like, why? You trying to figure out what you're gonna tell your parents about me? There was one time where a girl's like, she said something along the lines of, what was it? She said, do you live in Vegas? And I'm like, why? Are you afraid of like falling for me and then me leaving you and never seeing me again? I don't like, you afraid of me breaking your heart? And then she started laughing and she chased me down doubly. She actually ended up showing like up early for the date by half an hour.
Oh wow.
And she was hot. And then I brought her back, and then Avery was like, she's disgusting. No, she was really hot. She was a model, but her personality was so shit that like I was even like trying to get rid of her. So she was driving back to my place, and she had like vodka in the center seat, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like she was drinking alcohol while we're driving in her car, and like she had the most horrendous personality. But back to the point at hand. All right. So you're also carefree and relaxed about sex. Sex is not a big deal, and you're also 0% judgmental about anything. I always bring it up in conversation. I'll make jokes about it. I'll even make jokes about girls dating other guys. Sometimes while I'm in set, I'll be like this. I'll be like, what's your type? I'll play matchmaker. Who are you trying to fuck? And I'll be like, I'll make it like that. Or I'll try to push the girl off, be like, you into old guys? And there was one time where I actually have infielded this, pointing out this old guy with the ponytail. I'm like, what about him? He has luscious hair. More luscious than yours. I bet you run your hands through that. Can you see that? Probably wrap his like long wrinkly balls around your throat. Which actually, we're definitely cutting that one out. But it turned out really well. She laughed at it. With her, she liked it.
Takes me back.
It takes me back to the good old Julian days, doesn't it?
I've done that. That's fine.
Be back and forth with your time. So when you text a girl, you switch it up. I'll take days to text a girl back sometimes. I'll text her back immediately. I'll take like maybe a day. I'll take 2 days, 3 days. I take a long time. And then like immediately after that, I'll text her back immediately for a while, and then I'll fall off. But it's also because I work so much. I also have so many girls hitting me up. But you want to actually imitate that and act as if that's the real thing. That's pretty obvious though. Everybody knows that. Text when you're in a good mood, not when you're in a bad mood. Because if you're in a good mood when you're texting, what ends up happening is that now you start feeling the emotion. But if you're in a bad mood and you try to text a girl, you feel needy and you don't feel in the zone, it'll actually come through in your text and you'll actually lose a girl. I've lost so many girls texting in a bad mood. And that's always fucked me up. Never get sexual over text. I'll even like turn it around on the girl. I'll be like, dude, I barely hardly know you. Like maybe if I get to know you a little bit better. This is actually this is gonna take me to the next point. You want to be picky. You're choosing her. She already likes you, but you like her. Like if you don't like her, you're not gonna have sex with her. So now you're being like picky. You feel it out. So even when the girl's like, oh, you just want sex, I'm like, I don't know, dude. I barely know you. You know, like can you quit trying to rush it? Like, you know, maybe if we like click and shit like that. But I don't know. Like now the girl's like, oh shit, he's like, I feel like an idiot now, just assuming shit. Now she feels like an idiot. Now she's gonna chase me harder because she doesn't want to be over yet. I do it all the time. You can still be flirty and fun, but that's like a big part of this. Now, if you're doing online dating apps, you can text a lot more, but over text on like from in-person game, text a lot less. So through dating apps, text more because you need to demonstrate more personality. But through when you approach a girl cold and then you get her number afterwards, then you can be a lot faster with that shit. Risk offending girls to actually get her into. So if you want to say like a funny joke that you think is hilarious, the harder the girl, the more you want to risk offending her because she never gets that. And also again, his box theory sets you apart from the girl. So anytime you risk offending a hot girl, it's going to go better off than it would otherwise. Ask her out on a day that you know she's free. So if she says that she works on the weekdays, don't ask her out on a weekday. Ask her out on the weekends. That's just intelligent. That's just obvious. If like you hung out with her on a Saturday night, you know that she's probably free Sundays. So next Sunday, hit her up. You don't have to ask her for that job. You just know she's going to probably be free on those days because those are the days she's off, usually. Unless she has like one of those weird scheduled days where they just ask her to work on weird days, like she's a bartender or something like that. Don't ever use talk that makes you feel like you're looking for a relationship. Never call it a date. Hey, you want to hang out? Hey, you want to go meet up for this? Hey, let's go do this. Hey, never say date. Never actually put anything. So again, box theory, avoid anything that's going to put pressure on the girl. Never ask her out on an expensive date unless you've already fucked her. If you already fucked her, that's different. If you already had sex, then you can ask her out on an expensive date because she's already invested. And now you actually want to come back. So pre-sex, you want to come across as player, non-boyfriend material, so then she doesn't put like the 3 date round in her head or try to play games with you. And now it's just more authentic. Now you get sex. And now she's not going to be afraid of you judging her because you're not a judgmental person. Sex is easy for you. It's normal. It's like breathing, like a handshake. But now once you have sex, then you can back it off and be more provider. Because now if you have both the player and provider traits, now you're that unicorn. Like you're the guy that can have any girl, but now you choose her. That's insane. That's rare. Now you got hooked for life. So that's huge. You want to do as much outside of texting as you possibly can. So if you're talking to a person face to face, like what do we do with that last girl we talked to? We asked them out on a date and face to face. We didn't do that over text. We got all the investment right there and now. So get as much as you can right there and now. Okay. If they were free and they weren't doing anything, they didn't have any plans, we honestly could have pulled them and we should have. But they were off. They kept bringing up plans, brought up plans like 3 times during the conversation. And not to mention, I can see that you're burning out. So like, all right, we're gonna cut this one loose.
Okay. I was trying to stay in, but I ran out of things to say.
Yeah, that's burning out.
That's okay.
It's momentum. So you were still lacking momentum. Okay. So there's micro and macro momentum. Micro momentum is the momentum we build going out. So if we did like 3, 4, 5 sets, you'll be a lot more in the zone. But if you go out for like months to a year, you'll be a lot less. You'll have a lot less upfront like time. So there's usually like a runway kind of time where you're going out. You're like, all right, now I'm in the air. Now the game's easy. Now like I'm drawn to talking to girls and approaching. But before that, you have almost like a burnout period. And like, so when you talk to a girl until you get off the runway, that's hard. But the more you go out consistently, you build macro. So then oftentimes, like sometimes you'll go out and you'll just be in the zone, in the pocket before you even like talk to a girl. But sometimes like, because you have macro momentum, maybe it takes you only 1 or 2 girls. But if I don't go out for a long time, I'll be out an entire day. I'll never get in the zone. So it's like, it's a little different. The faster it is, the better off you are.
Happens to me when I'm in a downward slump.
Yeah. Well, and you also don't want to like identify with downward slumps.
Yeah, no, I don't identify with them, but I just know that like sometimes you just have like some bad phases, right?
Well, you want to reframe it as it being like what's the word?
Experimenting and learning up.
Yeah, exactly. And a broken man game. This actually makes your game better. Okay. The fact you're depressed actually makes your game better. It's like now I'm the dark, brooding, mysterious type. Hey.
Okay.
What's up? Dark, mysterious. I mean, you can be high energy, be like, hey, what are you doing?
I'm really high energy, so that works.
Yeah. But you also self-judge when your energy drops. Me too. Because it's harder to hook a set, right?
Yeah.
You have to assume the energy, though. If you assume the energy, that'll actually come less and less. You'll actually be able to hook. You hook a girl low energy. Okay. That's boss. That's boss as fuck. Your game's not as good as when your energy's high, but it can still be really good at a low energy too. And you got to back. But if you're fighting it or you're trying to control it, that which you resist persists. So if you resist being out of state, you'll aggravate the issue. You actually become more anxious and become even more out of state. But if you learn to love being out of state, you'll never be out of state.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're like, I feel like shit, my face hurts. This is awesome. Like, then you learn to love being in the zone. Like, I woke up this morning, I went out in the sun. I was like, I hate the sun, fuck you. And then, like, that's how I got myself back in the zone. Him and me just kept joking all morning, then we started laughing. And then by the time we were talking to you, we were already back in the zone.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see, what's the next one? Be selective. So actually have an idea of what you want, girl-wise, in your head, and then, like, screen girls on it. I actually would trick myself. I told you this yesterday, but I would trick myself into believing I'm into a girl and the girl's winning me over. So I did this originally, but now I actually do have standards because I do kind of I get a little bit too much results from this now at this point. And like if I fuck it. Well, I'm not trying to catch anything. I'm also not trying to, I messed around with some girls I didn't like, and afterwards it felt like gross. And that's not something I want to feel ever again. So now I screen girls actually like actively, but at first you want to fake this.
Okay.
Like create like a list. I know that you're actually pretty selective though. You actually are pretty like, you actually care a lot about personality, so that's where that matters. All right, anyways, peace. All right.
Subscribe to the channel.
I don't know.
Buy my shit, something like that.
Buy some stuff, buy things that I have. I don't know what I'm selling, but if I'm selling something good, you like
yourself, right? Your body.
Dude, I'll sell anything, dude. I'll give you a blowjob. Who wants a blowjob? Buy one, get one blowjobs. Does that work? $5 blowjobs? Is that cheap? Is that expensive?
It's a little overpriced.
I thought I used teeth. Maybe $2.50. like a cheese grater. Or we can just like keep going awkwardly. I'm down with either one.
I am the king, I need a throne. Get on the track and I kill it, I'm gone. Never gonna get me out of my zone. Everyone always calling my phone, sending a song they want me on. I be saying no, we are not the same. I'ma let them know, run up in the game, never lose control. I've been on my way, I'm incredible. Damn, work every day of the week, that mean I'm becoming a beast.